Today we're going to go over some of the characters of A2 Heroes and see who our ensembles are. So A2 Heroes has a sprawling ensemble you'll actually care about. They are flawed, fascinating, and unforgettable. There are a lot more characters in the story than these below. These are just shown as teasers. Click any character to learn more. So the first four characters we have here are Black Dragon, Pink Firefly, Larry, Baby Zora. Let's go over Black Dragon. Black Dragon is sarcastic, brash, outcome independent, happy, and extremely inappropriate. Black Dragon's goals are simply to attain lots of gold and retire in peace to a castle in the mountains. He cares nothing for the rest of the world, whether good or evil. Nice. His greatest value is freedom. The freedom to live the way he wants, when he wants, at all times. He loves Pink Firefly above all the other women and is devoted to her, but still has an eye for others and beds them as opportunity provides. Pink Firefly knows it and tolerates it. Sort of. He loves eating chicken, probably a little too much. Those are just some of his personalities and goals. You can see his artwork over here to the right. And his powers and abilities. Black Dragon is a warrior of great experience and prowess, being trained in swordsmanship since he was a small child and has been a for-hire mercenary for most of his adult life. He has traveled the Western realms extensively and has strong knowledge of their lands and creatures. He also seems to have strength and endurance slightly greater than that of the typical human, for reasons that will be revealed later. He wields Carl, that's his talking but very laconic sword of objectivity. Nice. A lethal weapon of near impossible sharpness. He also uses a staff he liberated from the tomb of a great sorcerer, which has the power of teleportation. Nice. Very cool. So that's who Black Dragon is. Let's go on to the next one, Pink Firefly. Pink Firefly. Pink Firefly is friendly, kind, good-hearted, feminine, emotional, and just a little nervous about everything. Pink Firefly loves Black Dragon and is always by his side. She tolerates his near constant inappropriate behavior and the bloody violence that seems to constantly follow him around. She's not a warrior and focuses on defensive actions when threatened. She, like Black Dragon, wishes for a quiet family life. Her goal is to be a real princess like in the fairy tales. Despite all of this, when pushed hard enough, she will rise to the occasion, but she would still rather have Black Dragon deal with all that messy stuff. Nice. You can see her artwork over here to the left. Very good. And powers and abilities. As a fairy, she can fly, will live hundreds of years without aging, and is immune to poison. In her natural form, she's tiny, about 7 inches tall. She can become full human-sized at will, and often spends time in this size to integrate more socially with others, though eventually she must return to her normal size. Nice. She can fly in her human size as well, though she's barely strong enough to carry one human-sized person for short distances and no more. Makes sense. At will, she can fire her hearts of happiness, which will make most humanoid and animal creatures exceedingly happy to the point of stupefaction. The effect doesn't work on everyone though, and only lasts a brief time before the victim returns to normal. She can summon her near impenetrable semi-transparent force fields in the shape of pink hearts, as she can shape to any size needed, though doing so often tires her. Kind of like Orihime in a way. That's really cool. So she's a fairy from the fairy kingdom of the Powwood Forest. Really cool artwork. Let's look at our next character, Larry. Larry looks cool. Larry looks like a warforged. So Larry is formerly known as the Guardian of the Gate. He was created by a powerful sorcerer several hundred years ago. He was set to menial tasks such as sweeping up his master's dungeons and taking out his bedpans. On his deathbed, the sorcerer ordered Larry to guard his tomb, which he did for hundreds of years. Eventually, Larry met Black Dragon, embraced his concept of freedom, and became one of his group, taking on the name of Larry. Today, as a free creature, Larry seeks purpose in life. His favorite thing to do is paint, though he's not very good at it. Larry is proud, pleasant, polite, inquisitive, and quite naive. He's still learning how to be a real person. Nice. Powers and abilities. Made of magical iron, Larry is impervious to almost all conventional attacks. Only powerful magic or strange chemicals can harm him. Even when damaged, he feels no pain. Sometimes he even finds it interesting. Wow. Larry is immensely strong, powered by great internal sorcery. He's effectively immortal and will live forever unless somehow destroyed. Nice, really cool. He's an animated living statue of iron from the town of Narusk, in the kingdom of Jazlam. That's cool. Then our last and final character today is Baby Zora. She's a dawn elf from the Elenth Isles, and she's a Whisper Knife class. Zora was the smallest and youngest of her sisters, earning her the nickname Baby Zora. She's brave, impulsive, intelligent, loves life, and is perhaps just a little insane. As likely the only elf in the Western lands, she often finds it difficult to adjust to the strange ways of non-elf folks like humans, but she does her best and always has a positive attitude. She misses her home, but is connected to staying with her new adopted family as long as needed. She prefers to speak her native tongue of Elvish, which sounds suspiciously like Spanish, and will often state little phrases in her native language, confusing her friends. Nice. Baby Zora often hears a strange voice in her head with which she argues. This voice is always screaming angry, sometimes violent commands or complaints. Either she's completely insane or something weird is going on, or perhaps a little of both. She reminds me kind of like Sakura from early Naruto when she had the alter ego that would freak out. Okay, power and abilities. She's a Whisper Knife. Baby Zora can summon an unlimited number of magical small throwing weapons, knives, daggers, shurikens, etc., and throw them with lethal accuracy. Nice, I love this. She speaks 3 languages, Elvish, Common, and Sylvian language of Harsi. Despite her small size, Dawn Elves are an old and powerful race, such as Baby Zora has all the unusual abilities of an elf, which include long life, she'll live for hundreds of years and age very slowly, incredible speed, she can run and move far faster than a human or similar race, gravity resistant, gravity does not affect her like it does other creatures, so she can accomplish feats such as leaping great distances and running up walls, nature resistant, nature does not affect her like it does other creatures, so things as wind, cold, and even fire affect her less, so she can endure the elements. That's cool. And has like elemental resistance. And magic resistance. Magic spells and attacks often don't affect Baby Zora as it does other creatures, though she can still be affected by powerful magic. Very cool. I think out of all of them, Baby Zora is my favorite class here. So next video, we'll go over Butternut and see the other characters on here too as well. Thanks for tuning in.